Ah, yes, another day, another mod for the Silverado. So in this package right here is the new bed cover for the Silverado. Now what's unique about this one though, is it came from the Amazon warehouse. Thanks to you, this product has a second life. We appreciate it. Amazon warehouse, Amazon renewed and fulfilled by Amazon. So essentially what that means is whether it was a return or it was damaged on ships, the packaging got damaged. Either way, it didn't meet Amazon standards of a new product anymore. So this ended up on the Amazon warehouse, which you can usually find by going to the product you want to shop for, scrolling down a little bit, and you'll see an option for the Amazon warehouse. This one goes for $219 brand new. I got this for $159, so pretty good savings. I'm hoping it wasn't returned though, and I can definitely tell it's been opened up. There's a bunch of packaging tape right here, and the reason why I say I hope it wasn't returned is because then I have to count on the previous owner, if you will, to have put all the hardware and everything that this bed cover needs to be installed properly back in the box, because more than likely the people that do the inspection over at Amazon don't exactly know what they're looking at before reselling it, so it could be missing some stuff. As far as they're concerned, they would not know the difference, so I'm hoping for the best. I've never bought anything from an Amazon warehouse before, so we shall see and go from there. So the votes are in. You guys are loving the Metro Matte Dynamic Lime from KPMF as much as I am, so that is definitely going down sometime in the near future, although that's gonna be more of the cherry on top of the build. There's other things that I wanna do to the truck before we get to that point. Lift, the wheels, the tires, the new rear bumper, the exhaust, definitely window tint, and maybe the leather interior as well. Then we'll move on to the full body wrap. As far as the lift goes, the wheels, the tires, that is being delayed about another week. I got in direct communication with one of the distributors that's giving me a really good deal on the exact set of tires that I want. The wheels are showing up sometime, I believe, early next week, Monday or Tuesday, but the tires are showing up sometime late next week, and I already have the lift kit. So once everything shows up, we're heading straight down to the wheel and tire shop and having everything done at once. I thought about doing just the lift kit for now, but that seems kind of like a waste of time because it's not gonna look very good having a 4-inch lift kit on the stock RST wheels and tires. So with that being said, I'm gonna wait for everything to get done at once, head straight down to the wheel and tire shop and get everything hooked up right away. It's gonna be the 4-inch lift kit from ReadyLift, SST 4-inch kit for the GM 1500s. It works for the 2-wheel and the 4-wheel drive, even though on their website it just says 4-wheel drive. It doesn't say only for 4-wheel drive, it just says 4-wheel drive, but it does work for the 2-wheel drives as well. 22x10 Fuel Mavericks, satin finish with the milled inserts and a positive 10 offset. The reason why I went with the positive offset was because I want the option of adjusting the poke as I want it and not being forced with, I believe the options are -18 or -22 and then a -44, somewhere in that ballpark, -44 I believe, and then either 18 or 22 or somewhere in that area. Either way, I would be forced to have poke indefinitely, as where if I get a positive or a 0 offset, which they don't offer a 0 offset on that wheel, if I were to get a positive offset, I can then use spacers and adjust accordingly to what I want after the lift goes on, put the wheels and tires on. If I feel like it's just way too flush or it doesn't work at all, I can then go from there and adjust the amount of poke as I think is necessary, because the truck's not going, 6 or 8 inches in the air. Having that much poke doesn't look that good on trucks that aren't that tall. So therefore, I want to adjust it myself. So I went with the positive 10 offset, and those wheels are going to be here sometime to late next week. Now, first and foremost, before I pull the truck in, I'm gonna open up this package and make sure everything is in this box. Make sure we're not missing any hardware. This has definitely been opened and taken apart. So that's a couple of the brackets right there. There's 2 more right here. So I believe 3 on each side is what we need. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have all of the brackets, the mounting brackets. And from there, the rails are in pretty good shape. There's one little scratch right here, there's another little scratch right here, and one right there. Aside from that, everything seems to be pretty decent shape. The bed cover seems to be in pretty good shape as well, so I think we are good to move on to the installation. So let's pull the Silverado inside and get right to it. I'm getting kind of a late start on the day. It's 6 p.m., but just as a time check, I want to show you guys just how quick and simple it is to install a bed cover. It's legit like a 20-minute job. It's 2 bed rails, the bed cover, some nuts, and the tensioning blocks. That's all there is to it, and this is a done deal. Alrighty, so step number one, I need to get these rails mounted up on the bed caps right here using these clamps right here. And we tighten these using a 13 milli socket. And that's really all the tools that we need for this part right here. Here's the driver's side bed rail. There's this foam pad right here, which I'm gonna line up exactly right there. Then using these clamps right here, I'm gonna attach it to this part of the bed cap and this part of the bed cover rail. So before I mount the rails up, I'm gonna take these little foam pads right here, which peel and stick, and attach them to either side of these rails right here. Alrighty, so the rail that goes on the driver's side has the tab right here, the release tab right here. So we want that to face down, and I'm gonna line up this little foam pad right here on the side, right up against the bed cap right here. Then I'm gonna take this clamp right here and clamp it right in the middle to hold it in place, get this thing nice and flush with the top of the bed cap. So I want the end of this rail to rest right up against the bulkhead. So I'm gonna get this right level, just like that, just to where you can't see any of that foam anymore. Okay, so I just kind of snugged it on, and from there and sort of adjust it. Okay, so I kind of want to push the rail a little bit higher, so I'm going to loosen this. Oh, okay. Wasn't trying to loosen it that much, but. Now I'm doing the passenger side. The reason why I didn't put all the clamps on right away is because I might need to adjust this either back or forward a little bit, and I don't want to have to backtrack that much. So I'm just going to put the one clamp on right here in the middle, just in case I have to do any kind of adjustments. It'll be a lot easier. Now it's time to set the bed cover itself on. So you'll see there's two screws right here. Kind of slide around a little bit. Those go right into there. Then I attach a nut in the bottom that secures it here up top on the bulkhead. And then I just roll it down and we should be good. All right, slide that guy right in there, boom. I'm gonna throw in my tensioning blocks. I'm gonna start with the loosest setting first, number 4. I'm gonna have number 4 facing the base of the bed cover here. So I'm gonna slide this in right here. Put this washer in first, like so, and then thread in this nut. I'm just gonna hand tighten it until I make all the adjustments I need to, and then I'll go ahead and secure everything down. Boom, just like that. So that feels pretty good. Doesn't feel too tight, doesn't feel too loose. I think that setting number 4 is going to be the move. Now I'm gonna go ahead and roll this back up, throw on the extra clamps, bolt everything down, throw the clips in, and we are good to go, I think. Just like that, time check. It is now 6:35 p.m. All right. All right, so you usually have to kind of pull the sides over and then Velcro them down. This side looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now let's see what kind of coverage we get back here. That right there is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Just like that. This thing is the perfect fit. So sick. I love that low profile design too. This thing just looks so much better than the majority of bed covers in this price range. Give this a nice little pull. Boom. So sick. But now we gotta head down to the car wash and do a nice little pressure washing test. And oh my gosh, having no tint sucks. I don't know why I haven't done the tint yet, but dude, this is just not it. going on in here. See what the damage is. Okay, so we got a little bit of droplets here on the back side of the tailgate, but it's looking pretty dry up in there. Alrighty, so it's looking pretty dang dry. I'm not gonna lie, there's absolutely no water in here. What? That is crazy. Okay, so we have a little bit right here actually. So there's a little bit of water right there. And well, that's really all I see. Oh, a little more right here, I guess. And that's really kind of it. So keep in mind this, that was a pressure washer. So it is pressurized water blasting its way through all of these little openings. So your standard kind of rainy day isn't gonna have this issue, I don't think, at all. This is basically because the water was pressurized, so it came in at a high rate of speed, which is why I was able to penetrate through those small little crevices. But I think on just a basic rainy day, I don't think any water would come through here at all. Overall, my experience with the Amazon warehouse bed cover is not bad whatsoever. In fact, I would do it again. I mean, I'm sure every situation will be different. Obviously, some things could be in worse condition than others. Some could be in better condition than this one. But for what I got, I don't think it's that bad at all. And you still have the option of returning an Amazon warehouse item if it pulls up and it is just destroyed. You still have the option of returning it, no problems, no questions asked at all. So it's relatively risk-free aside from the time you wait for shipping to get to your front door, which Amazon is pretty quick about. So this is a bed cover I've used on pretty much every truck I've had, and for good reason. It's a solid bed cover, and for a roll-up bed cover in this price point with that low profile design, you cannot go wrong with this. Obviously, being that this is a roll-up bed cover, it's not going to offer you the highest level of security. So if you're planning on getting a roll-up bed cover from Gator, getting this bed cover in particular, then don't get it with the intent of securing some valuables back here, because that's not what this is going to be intended for. It's basically for, in my opinion, what I'm using it for is for keeping the inside of my bed nice and clean and storing some couple things in there once in a while. Nothing too valuable. I wouldn't keep like heavy duty tools in here or your favorite jewelry or anything like that, because anybody can take a knife and stab right through this, cut a nice little hole and release it, and gain access to everything you have in the bed of your truck. So don't keep anything too valuable in here if you want a roll-up bed cover to protect your belongings. That ain't gonna be it. So it is good for looks, it's good for aerodynamics, because you do get a lot of drag when the tailgate is closed and you have an open top bed. This makes things more aerodynamic, which in simpler terms makes the truck go faster and more efficient. So all good things as far as I'm concerned, and overall it just looks a lot better. I think having that bed closed off like that with the bed cover on top just looks a whole lot smoother and cleaner. I think it looks really, really nice too, and especially with that low profile design from Gator right here, I think it looks amazing, and it has a nice satin black finish to it. Just looks so good. Also, before I forget, I went and bought one of these screen protectors for the inside of the truck, so we can finally remove this little plastic screen protector thingy right there that came from the factory with this tempered glass protective film. Peel this thing off real quick and then immediately put the screen protector on. Ooh. Dang. Wow. Woof. Let's get this on ASAP. Oh gosh, here we go. Boom, just like that. Look at that, it sets itself too, look at this. Definitely a super easy thing to install. It set itself because once it made contact with the screen, it kind of like leveled itself on there. So that was super easy to install, and it feels really cool too. It feels like a glass. Sick. So I just got off the phone with a friend of mine who has a friend who's been a mechanic for like 30 something years and specialized in suspension. He's coming down to my house on Monday to install the lift kit in my garage, which is amazing because for one, that's very convenient, and for two, that means all I have to worry about when the wheels and tires show up is just having the wheels and the tires mounted up along with the alignment, and that is it, which sounds like a much easier task to accomplish, getting the wheels and the tires and alignment done, as opposed to all that plus the lift kit. Just sounds like it's gonna be harder to get into a shop in a quicker fashion. So a lot of good things coming for this truck by next week, so stay tuned. I am so excited, but that is all I have for you guys today. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys on the next one. Till then, peace out.